Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie, and my good friend, Mr. Tim Rist. Here we go.
Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors of Marketing with Russ, Skyline Video Productions, Farmers and Carrie Whitlatch, Shortstops, Burger Shakes and Fries, and Capital Mortgage Source. For more information on Skyline Video Productions, go to skylinevp.com. And for more information on Carrie Whitlatch and Farmers Insurance, call 541-258-3995. And for information on Shortstops, Hamburgers, Shakes, and Fries, and their amazing burgers and fries in Albany, Oregon, go to southpawspizza.com. Finally, for information on all your mortgage needs at Capital Mortgage Source, go to capitalmortgagesource.com. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. So glad to have you with us today. You know, I want to say that it is such a blessing for me to have you all here in my life and to have this community. And it means so much to me, all your prayers. It is some tough times we're going through, but I am telling you that I'm trusting God every moment and believing that he works all things for the good, and he's got a path for me. And definitely God is not done with me yet. And he's not done with me yet this morning as we are rolling live, and, you know, just thankful for every Monday and Thursday here on Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. You know, it's just an honor that you're here and actually blessing me with your time. I would really encourage you all, whoever is out there already, please share this out and tag your friends. Let people know we're on. Have them jump on and say hi. It's always encouraging for the guest. It's encouraging for us. I know a ton of you watch on replay. It's tough to always be watching live. I get that. It's early in the morning here on the West Coast. Everybody's got jobs to get to and things like that. I appreciate that. But don't forget that we have so many ways to watch this amazing show. And today I'm just going to start off with that and tell you that not only can you watch live at 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time Monday and Thursday on Marketing with Russ, but also it sits on the platforms forever after that. You can watch on replay. It's a video podcast forever after that. You can just go back, share it with your friends. You can still engage, still connect with people. It's amazing the people you can connect with in the comments. And so start connecting. Don't just say hi to us, say hi to each other. Like I said, tag your friends, bring other people in. That would be so great. You can also subscribe on YouTube. Love for you to do that. Go to marketingwithruss.live. You know, I keep it really simple because if you know the name of this show, you know how to go to my YouTube page, marketingwithruss.live today. You can subscribe. In fact, you can open a separate tab right now, click on that and subscribe today. Marketingwithruss.live. What that does too on YouTube for you is it makes it way easier to get to all those people with value that have been on my show that have blessed me with time on Marketing with Russ. So it's all in one spot on YouTube. It's very simple. Also, there's the other shows, Russ Reels Live, The Experience Live with Russ and Scott. All that is available there. So, yeah, please do that today. I'd appreciate it if you would. This show is all about how amazing people connect, and there's very amazing people that I am blessed to know, like Mr. Tim Rist, who's going to be on with us today. Tim is doing some amazing things. I'm going to let him tell you, but just appreciate him so much. I love to connect with y'all. So go to russhedge.com. Again, I keep it simple. If you know my name, you can get to my website, russhedge.com. That's a one-stop shop for everything about Russ. I mean, you can find out what I do. You can connect with me on any way you can connect with me, from my email, my social media, my phone number. You can even schedule time directly on my calendar to Zoom with me. So I do encourage you to do that. And also want to please remind you, if you could share this out, share it with all your friends, tag them right now, let them know. I mean, this is how people find out the show's on, because they forget, they get busy. I get that. Hey, I do all the time. It's hard to stay up with everything. There's so much value out there that I miss just because I don't know what's on. So please let people know that we're on here. And I really appreciate that today. So we're going to get going here in just a minute. I want to do two more things. Number one, you can get my book, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose, or any of my other anthologies, collaborative books I've done 4 in the last year. Amazing friends, amazing authors that I worked with, and they're all international bestsellers, #1 on Amazon. I'm so blessed to be part of that, and it's an honor for me to be in there. Part of my cancer story, not counting the latest that just happened, is in many of those anthologies. So I encourage you to check that out. Also, I want to do our marketing tip of the day. We do this every Monday and Thursday. It's a little snippet we cut out after the show. It goes out on social media. It's on YouTube Shorts. It's on all that stuff. It's just a little teeny snippet of encouragement to help you. I try to keep it simple because, there's so many things we miss, simple truths that would help you in your marketing, in your business. And so I want to give you one today, one that I do every day, actually. And as the years go on and as I go through challenges, I've become more thoughtful about this. But here we go. Are you ready? Okay. This is your marketing tip of the day. Be grateful. Start by being grateful. That's right. I know it sounds simple, but if you start with Thanksgiving in your heart towards all the good things that you do have, then it's so much easier to build off that. It's like a foundation you're building on because you recognize the great things that God has blessed you with. Then you can build on that and you can do more great things. When you look at what you're doing good, then it helps you to tweak the areas you need a little help with. And we all have those, right? We all have areas we're not as strong with. Also, don't forget, while you're being thankful, be thankful to people. We use our hashtag 1000 thanks to remind people how thankful we are for them. It also reminds me how thankful I am for them. But when you do that, it helps with the collaborative spirit of us all working together too. Because remember, we're better together. But today, just remember, start by being grateful. And that is your marketing tip of the day. All right, there you go. That is your marketing tip today. That'll get cut out. You'll see that and you can share that out. That would be so great. I'd appreciate that if you share that with others too. So we're going to get Tim in the room. He's probably back there ready to fall asleep saying, man, am I ever coming in? Mr. Tim Rist is live. Here he is. Hey, Tim.
Hey, Russ. Quite the opposite. I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm feeling wired up. I'm feeling inspired. Thanks for your tip, man.
Well, thank you. I think so often, Tim, we jump to very complicated things and overlook the most simple things that really drive us, our life, and our business.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important. So, hey, I want to start off with, I think this is your first time on Marketing with Russ. You've been on other lives, but I would love for you to tell everybody, who is Mr. Tim Rist and what in the world are you up to?
Well, Tim Rist is a man, fellow sojourner, father to a 6-year-old daughter, Maisie Magnolia, who starts her very first day of school today. So Tim's a man with his daughter on his mind right now. Well, I'm actually currently tuning in from Kentucky. One of my agent friends who I've coached with over the last year, I took a trip out to Kentucky to visit her office, and we're going to head down to Nashville next for actually a conference, which will be talking a lot about marketing in this current real estate environment, which is what I do. I do all things real estate.
That is so awesome. It's interesting because my son is in Nashville right now, heading out on tour. His band is going live on tour today, and one of the main leaders is out of Nashville. And so, yeah, very interesting. You guys will just cross paths. He'll be on his way out of town. You'll be on your way into town. So, anyway, well, listen, what I love about you, Tim, is many things. There's many things that I think are so amazing about you. From the time I knew you as a very young man, you're still a young man, but a younger man, you were a person to get after it and really make things happen. I think this is so important no matter what we're doing in life, is that we're actually moving forward, starting, going after things. And, we have to be careful we don't go too crazy because we got to balance things out in our life. But the whole thing is you've got to make an effort and you got to move forward. And you have done some really amazing things because of that. So tell us about a few things that you're really proud of, and maybe some new things you're up to right now.
Well, I think my biggest superpower is failing forward. You said it well. There's a lot of ways not to do this game, and I've explored a lot of them. So I think that's probably my biggest asset at this point. Comes with some hard and expensive lessons, but my PhD in School of Hard Knocks, along with some things I've learned from you actually along the way, have been both keys to my marketing.
Yeah. And the team you have together now at Door Real Estate, talk a little bit about that. I mean, you really have a specific idea of what you want to accomplish in the Valley.
Yeah, Door's a good redemption story, because really it's a business that's kind of growing on the compost of a real estate team that I used to run after my own name. And I think that a key part of marketing was realizing, if I'm the lid for my organization, then how am I going to create leaders or business owners that can go above and beyond what I'm able to even do? So I think when it came to the building that company with Door, which really is D Discover parentheses RE. In Oregon, it's an O, but in Washington, it's just a parentheses with the state in between. So Discover Real Estate is the bigger brand, and really that was built on realizing that I didn't necessarily need my name on the door anymore. I wanted to build something bigger than just Tim Rist or Rist Real Estate Group, and so that's how that brokerage was born. And the result is we have a lot of really cool humans that approach the business like they own something.
Yeah. Well, see, I love that too, because when you're approaching the business like you own it, you have skin in the game, and you're really, the people that are working with you have more incentive really to achieve and great things and do something because they feel like they're part of it, right? I think that's an important thing in business and life, is to bring people together. We're better together, but they've got to feel like they're part of it, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So I think when it comes to marketing, I just wanted to say, I think one of the instruments to our business, I've fluctuated from, been doing real estate for a decade now, and for 7 years of that was kind of inside a big box company model with my own sub team, and it was kind of all about me. When I look back on it, I mean, there's a lot of great things we did. We helped over 600 families in that model buy, sell, or invest in real estate. And so I'm super proud of that. And really, I think from a marketing standpoint, our company now is just an evolution from learning to move from kind of self-focused marketing to experience-focused marketing. Obviously I'm a part of the experience, so I'm selling me, but I also want to be able to sell more than just me. I want to sell an app that we've been developing called Discover Your Community, that allows people to actually advertise their business locally through push notifications to people who own the app locally and just want to know more about local trusted businesses. And so We launched that this month, and really building our vendor relationships and wanting to kind of make a foundation for a company that can actually last rather than something that's just a flash in the pan.
Well, see, I like that. I mean, you got to be building for now and for the future. And if you
Mhm.
want something that's going to last, you've got to really be intentional, right? About what you're putting together. I mean, there's a lot of realtors out there, right? So people are like, oh my goodness, I don't know what differentiates me. Right now, the market is tough and I'm not selling a lot of homes. What can I do to make myself stand out more? What do you say to people that say that to you?
Well, I think first and foremost, there's only one you. So the most powerful thing you can do is whatever work, whatever daily ritual that helps you become more connected and authentic with yourself will always win in the long game. Uh, but it's hard. I mean, it's right now it's a challenging moment in our industry. It really is. So I think acknowledge the challenge, right? Be true to yourself, know yourself, and be true to yourself. That's an old timeless adage that I'm just parroting, but I think also just acknowledge the challenge and approach it like a mountain. In mountain climbing, there's a lot of what could be potential false summits or feelings of arrival along the way to an actual summit. And I think that if you want to build a brand, just take it one step at a time and start with you. What are the things that make you come most alive within the job? There's certain people, even in real estate, they're selling real estate right now, and maybe their passion is really to focus on the buying experience or in the investor experience, and that's where they find their niche. Or maybe they want to focus on more business consulting and commercial versus just residential. I think there's a lot of different SKUs within the real estate world, whether you're playing the game as a broker of deals, which really needs to now be a broker of experiences, or you're operating as an investor, or you're operating as a consultant too. So there's all these different spaces within real estate. Get clear on what space you want to, and then just tell stories. That would be what I would say. Tell stories of your wins. If you get one win this
Well,
month, tell that story.
yeah. Well, I mean, I love that right off the bat because I am a big believer, Tim, in celebrating your wins. I think so often we're looking at all the problems we have and the challenges we have that we're not celebrating the good things we're doing. And that doesn't have to be gigantic things. My beautiful wife started a jar this year that we have in our house. And every time we have a win and something to celebrate, we put it down on a piece of paper and throw it in the jar. And then we're going to look at that at the end of the year of all the good things that happened. And yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, the last couple days for me has not been easy to put down great things that are happening, right? But it's also made me more focused on what there is around me, the blessings. I walked out the door this morning with my dog for our walk, and I saw the beautiful sunrise. I walked down the street. I thought I'm able to walk and enjoy and breathe the fresh air. There may come a point I can't do that. So, I mean, there will be at some point in my life, but
Mhm.
I know enjoying all the small little blessings. And that to me is a win. I have this around me that I'm able to do these things. And so I move forward and I do things. Walking for me is good physically. I eat good, I walk and I exercise. Those things are good for me. And so I think a lot of times we're always looking for oh, we don't have the $1 million client, so we've had no wins.
Mhm.
I haven't had some amazing recognition because of the great things I'm doing, so I don't have any wins. That's not true. I think we need to focus on what you said, celebrate those wins
Mhm.
and really move forward so you can then fail forward. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to do things, but it's okay, right? You're moving
Yeah,
forward.
totally, totally. Well, Russ, you're a real inspiration on multiple levels. One, just that you're showing up the way that you are right now. Um, After reading your post this morning, I'll just be honest, it was a little emotional for me. And so if I could, if there's any failures I could go back and change, honestly, it would be paying more attention to the seeds that you planted in me as a 21, 22, 23-year-old business owner who was trying to be a business owner, but really failing forward very quickly, in, in big ways early in my real estate career. to then seeing the actual, the effects of your focus on building friends versus, making sales, and seeing the net effect of that, and the way that people light up in the room when you walk into it, and the way you light up a room just by your presence and the kind of guy you are. I think that's probably my most inspirational and impactful marketing lesson for this decade so far. Especially looking back on 10-year sample size, and I see, wow, where my marketing was focused on setting an appointment, or, getting a listing signed or getting a deal closed, versus having my marketing focusing on building relationships. I would say it's one of my big regrets in my 20s, to be totally candid, was not following your footsteps more in that way. And the fact that you've done it, what you've done so consistently for so long, I just want to honor you for that, Russ, because you really are an inspiration to a lot of people. And so, if there's anything I'm taking from marketing, it's in this conversation. I have my fail forward anthem, right? Chronology. But one of the top of the list is, don't sell, just build relationships.
Yeah, I appreciate you, and well, thank you for that. But I was going to say, you're learning as you grow older, and you go through situations, good and some really big struggles you've had. It's refining you to make more of an impact on others as well. And we all have that ability. We all lead and make impact on somebody, right? No, anybody who thinks they're not a leader and they don't impact anybody is kidding themselves. The people right around you, maybe a few, it may be a lot, but everybody is leading and making an impact. And if you really want to have a big impact, building community and connecting with people, I think, has always been my foundation. And I would encourage anybody to do that, because I'm of a firm belief that we are better together. And what do I mean by that? I'm not good with money and finances. And I know some amazing people who have helped me and been very wise. Some things that I wish I would have learned, Tim, years ago. I don't know that I would have changed anything about my life, because I've learned and grown so much through all that I've done. But I wish that I would have known the people that had introduced me to Dave Ramsey when I was 20, because
Hmm.
I would be a multimillionaire by now. And I don't mean that I don't want a bunch of money, but I just mean, just by living that
Yeah.
way, I would have built so much more wealth by living by those principles. But I started late living by those principles. So it's never too late. And I am doing that. But, I mean, it's things you wish you would have known. But I know that because, and I built that because of the people I know, and the people that were a blessing to me through my community, those people that are so much better at things than I am. And so that's what I really encourage everybody to do is, don't do it alone. Don't go alone. Do it with others. Build community, connect with people, really connect with them, and listen and learn from others, right? Now, I've learned, now that I'm on this end, I turned 60 years young here this last June. I listen to young people like yourself and like my children and others who help me tremendously. And I think that's a blessing. You learn from both ends of the spectrum where people are, and the things that they're really good at. So that is really my encouragement for everybody. So, as you've walked through this new business, where do you see yourself going this year and the next 5 to 10 years with Door Real Estate? Because I really like your whole concept of all you're doing.
Well, we're out in Kentucky now, and was in Las Vegas, a couple of weeks ago. And over the next year, I mean, there's a lot of relationship building happening on the national level. But I think that our focus at this current time is just trench in and do the Northwest really well. Oregon is where I'm born and raised, and so we've got the app. We've got our search app launching, the Discover Your Community app, which will be launching in less than weeks. It'll be this month. I don't want to promise mid-month, but if not by end, you'll see a post go out, and that'll be, I think, a key foundation for us to just nail it with creating a search, a community search app that includes the real estate search function, but also like a more intimate way to get introduced to local business owners, whether it be your favorite inspirational specialist like Russ, or plumber that you need, or your electrician or your contractor for your house remodel, to just basic things like a great tattoo artist, right, or a great painter to do a portrait of your old place. Really building a collective community, kind of a Northwest Chamber of Commerce, for lack of a better term, that stitches together a lot of communities. I think that's going to be our key focus over the next 12 months, is really cementing that. And we're strategic right now because we've got a great agent in Sisters, we've got a great agent in Silverton. CL and I cover the Mid Valley and the coast. We've got, Hillary Saunders joining our team is pretty major for the Central Oregon connection. And then we've got Christian in Washington. So it's a small but mighty team. And I think I see us just having slow, steady, sustainable growth, which,
Right.
Will happen gradually. And then I predict at a 5 to 10 year ratio that there'll be an exponential growth curve. And you'll see door companies all over the country in the next decade, focusing on, really powerful presentation of real estate through high-powered video and creative expression, which will include music and art and all that kind of, the art of staging and really presenting is something that we're kind of focusing on pushing the lid on.
Right.
And great consultants, probably you'll see an option for hiring, real estate agents with real estate attorney experience at an hourly rate versus, just the commission structure. And so we'll have some different types of services that we'll be putting out there as the industry adapts, and we need to meet the consumer in the way that the consumer wants to be met. Because sometimes it doesn't make sense to pay full commission on a deal when you've got a buyer and seller or know each other, and they just need someone who's powerful there to broker the deal. There needs to be a way to scale service, but still get quality service versus discount service when it comes to things like real estate. So I think those are the things that you'll see Door really focusing on. Discover Real Estate as the bigger brand. And our mission is really simple. We want to facilitate the discovery of community, legacy, and adventure through real estate. We want to help people find their people. We want to help them find their places. And we want to help them have as much fun in the process, because sometimes buying and selling ain't that fun.
Yeah. No, that is awesome. I love it. So as we wrap up here, unfortunately, you and I could keep talking forever, and I appreciate all that you're about. I appreciate the ability to be able to speak to your team. I've already been able to chat with them one time, and looking forward to the future and doing more of that. I just love people like yourself that are really making a difference. And I thank you for that. As we wrap up here, give us your little gold nugget of the day and what you think you really want people to remember from today. And then tell everybody how to get in touch with you, because I know that people are going to want to reach out to you. So go for it.
Don't be afraid to fail forward. Success and growth is not easy and filled with growing pains. And it is really easy to get caught up in the noise of all the chatter of, naysayers. And maybe if you're like me, yourself as the ultimate potential naysayer. But don't be afraid to push through that, fail forward, and approach this. If you're an agent, approaching this new market change, this is a really good chance to get clear on your value proposition and be proud of it, and to be confident in it. So I'm excited to continue on with all of you, and hopefully facilitating more connection to your community. If you want to get in on our app, let me know. Connection to your legacy. If you want free real estate consults, I'm happy to help you make a wealth building plan for the next 10 to 20 years of your life that can involve real estate. And if you want to tune in for any of our adventures, we've got Russ coming as a guest speaker to our vision retreat. We'll probably get a video of that, so that'll be a fun adventure. And then it's looking like some mountain climbings will be on the horizon. So we hope to just be out there and be living life with you guys.
Perfect. Well, thank you for that. And how do people get in touch with you again? What are some contact links?
Follow us on our socials, Discover Real Estate Oregon or Discover Real Estate Washington. Or you can send me a call or text. My personal cell right here, 541-250-1065. I'd love to connect.
That's so great. That's so great. Well, I tell you, all of that information is in the show notes. It's also in the comments appearing right below you. And I appreciate you, Tim. I appreciate your wisdom and the great things that you're doing. I just really am thankful for you. And I'm going to say goodbye for now, but hang tight in the green room. I'll be right there. But thanks for being here today.
Thanks, Russ. Appreciate you, man.
You bet. You too. Well, everybody, I'm telling you, it gets better every week. Tim is an amazing individual. You want to connect with him for sure, and all of his contact information, well, at least a lot of it. I didn't get his phone number down there, but most of his contact information is here. So appreciate you being here with us today. Please share this out. Remember, this stays as a video podcast, and so it sits on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook, the mediums that we broadcast on. Also becomes an audio podcast, so you don't have time to watch. You can listen on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, whatever your favorite podcast platform is. And just want to let you all know how much I appreciate you. Please remember to subscribe to YouTube. And that's easy. Go to marketingwithruss.live, marketingwithruss.live. And please connect with me, russedge.com. More information about me. I would love to speak for you or your team and inspire you. You know, although I have gone through and am going through a lot, I am all about encouraging and inspiring you to live a purpose-driven life of significance, to make a difference in this world, to really impact others for God and for just a positive life. And I'm so thankful for you today, and thankful for all your prayers. And I'll need those, so keep praying. I really appreciate that. So love everybody. Listen, we will see you next or this Thursday, right? What day is it today? No, we'll see you Monday. This is Thursday. Okay, there you go. We'll see you Monday on Marketing with Russ, aka #RussLV at 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And until then, have a great day and a great life. See you, everybody. Bye.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.